Chakraborthy. I am a learning facilitator at UniAthena. UniAthena is a higher education service providing quality degree like master's short course and doctorates. Today we have lined up a webinar on the topic the trends of global multinational enterprise. This webinar will help you to understand how modern day national multinational have always driven global economic growth. Newly emerging corporations from third world are beginning to cause a significant widespread on upheaval in several industries. With these companies joining the rank of the largest MNC, new trends have been emerged. In this webinar, we will analyze today's major trends and how they affect the corporation and investors and the climate. We will gain understanding of environmental, social, and governance in the post-pandemic corporate environment. Before starting, we are glad to inform you that we will be providing you a certificate of participation to all the participants who attend the webinar till the end. Thank you once again for giving us time and being the part of this webinar. Now it is requested to mute the mic and ask the question at the end of the webinar by using the chat box at the bottom of the screen. In order to not to disturb the course of the webinar, you can raise the hand button. Also, you can have the question answer at the chat box. I would like to take your attention to our courses, Diploma in Public Enterprise and Basic of Public Enterprise, which will help you to understand the economy and the international trade. The links are provided here. You can have a look on this as well. Now, let me introduce today's speaker, Dr. Lin Huang, expert in marketing and international trade. She has a vast experience in business faculty at American University of Madaba, and she is an instructor and a consultant. Also, she has a vast experience as a manager in international trade business in home appliances and household industry. She has also conducted many conferences and done many publications for decades. Thank you. We will begin shortly. Over to you, madam. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Dr. Lee, yes.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Yeah, as introduced, that I am Dr. Lin Huang. And today we are going to discuss, or we are going to talk about the trend of global multinational enterprises. And it is an analysis for your knowledge after you learn multinational enterprises. And it is kind of knowledge also for you to understand what's going on in the global multinational enterprises, especially after the pandemic, and what trend going. So let's go through it, and I hope that you will enjoy this webinar. Before we talk about trends, I would like to remind you what are global multinational enterprises. If you remember, it is the corporate organization that owns and controls the production. Of course, we know production include the goods, include service, include tangible, include intangibles. So at least one country other than its home country. Clearly, what means of home country, for sure, I'm sure you understand, and the host country. We will talk about it. So what is the most important aspect for multinational enterprises? If you have ideas that you are traveling to other countries, what is the most important for you to realize and to control what is the circumstances. The global multiple national enterprises, it is also very important to focus on control. Of course, control what? Control finance, control human power, control the products, control the logistics, control the buyers, control the sellers, control the wholesalers, control all these details. So we say control is considered an important aspect of an multinational enterprises, and to distinguish it from international portfolio investment organizations. Now, what we understand, for example, international portfolio investment organization, they might to diversify their financial risk to have some other investment in other countries. But what we are talking, global multinational enterprises, we focus on home country, we focus on host countries, we focus on control as all. I hope it's clear for you for this concept. Okay, let's talk about global multinational enterprises. These days, or these recent decades, about 3 decades, 4 decades, it goes like international economic, driving international growth around the world. How important for all these continents is experiencing for this increasing in business activity. And you may ask, why do we need? Oh yes, besides you control, you are looking for the avenue, you have turnovers, and you're going to expand your business. As far as you are in your home country, that you are looking for the growth of your company, your business, your enterprise in other countries as host country. So here we are going to talk about several trends in what's going on for global multinational enterprises. Here we are. Before we talk about trends, I would like to remind you about the models of global multinational enterprises. We focus on, we will say that we have 3 models. And these 3 models is, first one is centralized. Several huge or spread organization is centralized. And you may see in, let's say, United Nations, for example, NAFTA, for example, WTO, for example, all these support organization is centralized. And beside that, we have second model, which is regional. For example, that we mentioned about Southeast Asia, we talk about North America, we talk about MENA, Middle East and North Africa, we talk about Latin America, so this is a regional. And especially we can say that China and Southeast Asia, they create regional, huge global multinational enterprises. Now, the third one is multinational. Multinational goes around. We have several successful experience cases. We go through it, then you will know how it goes, these multinational enterprises. So we say that there are three models for global multinational enterprises. First one, centralized. Second, regional. Third, multinational. Okay, now we talk the global multinational enterprises. In the last few decades, we can understand the global multinational enterprises become stronger, fitter, and faster. Do you know why? Because it is the reason to expand the growth of the corporation. As far as the control is handling well, and as far as the company, it's just like duplicate the models, so it is become stronger, fitter, and faster. In last two and a half years, start from 2020, end of 2019, the COVID-19, the post-pandemic emergence and growth of global multinational enterprises, expanding role of state enterprises, and the recent emergence of the third world multinational corporations. So we are examining them and we are synthesizing them. So these global multinational enterprises, we can realize that it goes stronger, it goes fitter to the global environment and go faster. We go through it. Now, you may understand, you may like to understand, or you may like to know what are the causes go for this global multinational enterprises. Why do we need it? There are reasons, there are causes. And what are the results of this new economic geographic of globalization? So here we talk about the cause of globalization is connectedness and spread of technology. We appreciate the technology nowadays, how it goes, how the things through the pandemic, and we will see how the production is going to develop or deliver to the market and the communication worldwide. Of course, you will see certain or several big companies, giant companies, through this technology, through this production, and all this worldwide communication. So these are the causes of globalization. What will be the result of this globalization? It goes merge, acquisition, joint ventures, and strategic agreements, and so on. It depends what kind of cooperation. It depends what kind of the form you would like to form it. So you will have different type of results. After we understand the causes and the results, we will go through the others. Here, you can realize the numbers of Fortune 500 companies in the last 2 decades, the year of 2000 up to 2021. The blue one is for American, United States. The dark blue is for China. Okay, so there's Germany, there's United Kingdoms and French and Japan. I would like to call your attention that this, from the year of 2000, it was the high rate of American United, the company or the corporation in United States. But if you go through here, the 2021 start from the year of 2020, 2011, 2000, it goes now, it's almost increased from the 2000 up to here. You can see how it increased. Of course, also you can realize that United States, Americans corporation, it's declined a little bit for global multinationals in the field. So this is just for your reference. Of course, the Germany, the Japan, they had different, not more or less, not that big difference. Okay, so that's the trend also to show you how it goes around the world. Okay. Okay, now we understand all this. We will go to discuss about the changes in host country and home country. The host country, the home country is the one, the original have the company. And the host country is the one you invest in the other country. So the more actors involved in the global business investigate change in between host countries and home countries' policies. It is very important to realize that what home country looking for. I mean, you are the company, you have the company in your home country. And why you need to go to develop in or establish in host country? Why? What is your target? What is your goal? Okay, so this is very important. So we say the control is very important. And how we are going to control it? We have the managerial headquarters usually are located in home country. And you may ask me why? Because the home country has your own language. The home country has your own legal law systems. And the home country has your own original aspect. At the same time, when you expand your business or expand your enterprises to more than one of other countries in the host country, you have to be very careful for their law and regulation, their also the culture and their system and their commercial behavior as well. Of course, there are several, there are many, not several, many cases or experience can be shared. But we are not going to talk right now in this slide. We will go through it later. So it's very important to recognize that what is going on in host countries and how you are going to deliver the control. Remember, if you control successfully, then your corporation or your enterprises will reach the successful. If not, you're going to be, to lose whatever you have or even worse. So it is very important to realize home country policies and host country policies and through control. Okay, so what kind of changes, what kind of regulation, what kind of you have to, as the global multinational enterprises, you have to focus on it. You have to understand very well. You have to study very well before you step out to the host country. Okay, I would like to give you a small example about host country, home countries. And this is not small example, it is the huge examples. We call it one belt, one road. Of course, where is the home country? Is in China. And the leader of China, Xi Jinping, consider the one belt, one road as the centerpiece of Chinese foreign policy. And you may say why they want to do it. They want to expand. There are many, many aspects of this one belt, one road through this policy. Just give you a small figures. They start 2003, and then it goes 2020. There are 146 countries listed in one belt and one road, and signed up with China, which is a typical global multinational enterprises. So where is the home country? It's China. And where are the host countries? In this system, in this one belt, one road, there are 146 countries as matching with the home countries for its different, each country has its own projects, each country has its own establishment, and it goes 146 countries together or signed up with the home country, which is China. And it is huge. It is a huge project. It's a very huge project. And it goes very successful as well, because the countries who sign with China, they get the benefits and they get the facilities and they get, different type of project, different kind of discussion. So this is a typical example for you to understand the home country and the host country. And also, I would like to give you another example for home country and the host country of global multinational enterprises. I believe you heard about Walmart. Walmart is an American multinational retail corporation, and it operates a chain of hypermarkets, discount department stores, and grocery stores from the home country of United States. In 2021, the highest of all companies in the Forbes 500 global ranking, Walmart ranked the highest one. And you know what is their total revenue? It's about $559 billion among the world in their global multinational enterprises. It's amazing. And you know, this global multinational enterprises, Walmart, they create 2.3 million jobs for 2.3 million employees. It is important to have global multinational enterprises. Can you imagine that 2.3 million employees, they got a job only for this company? You may ask me how they can be very successful. Once again, control. And how they can control. We also can be discussed about the trends we are going to discuss. Let's see another example. Of course, everybody knows Amazon. Amazon also is an American multinational technology company. Why we say it is technology company? Because most of us, we purchase from Amazon through online, through e-commerce, through cloud computing, through digital streaming, and through artificial intelligence policy. So Amazon has a slogan. It is one of the most influential economic, and cultural forces in the world. You can see everywhere there is Amazon, and you can see how easy to deliver the products from Amazon to your home, to your country, or to your offices. And it's good to let us know that Amazon is one of the world's most valuable brands. It comes just the last few decades, but through technology, through control, through the systems, Amazon has its very huge role in the world. So how important it is, you can learn from it. Let's go through the next one. The Shell company is British. The home country is in Britain, in England. It's a multinational oil and gas company. And it is a very old company. Of course, it's well known to everybody, but it is a very typical global multinational enterprises from England. And it's different industries. So up to now, you can understand global multinational enterprises, it goes every industry, each industry. Okay, Carrefour is a French multinational retail and wholesaling corporation. We have Walmart from America, and we have Carrefour from French. So you see the difference. They are a little bit different, but they are different systems, different controlling. And Carrefour is not like Walmart, because Walmart is the top one, but Carrefour is the 8th largest retail in the world by revenue. Also, it also goes the chain of hypermarket, grocery stores, convenience stores, and around 30 countries, there are 12,225 stores. Of course, nowadays, 2022, the number is increasing. So you can imagine that the power of global multinational enterprise. It's go through 30 countries. And once again, how to control it, it is the key to be successful. Toyota Motor Corporation is from Japan. So it's a Japanese multinational automotive manufacturers. And the headquarters is in Japan. It was founded 1937. And it is the largest automobile manufacturers. Can you imagine that Toyota producing almost 10 million cars per year? You cannot believe it, but that's the power of global multinational enterprises. So this is the typical example from Japan. What we were mentioned before, it is different industry. Now this typical DXN, I would like to also introduce to you, because DXN is direct selling, direct marketing, and it is very successful company in last few decades. In year of 2018, it reached number 15 in the world. So in DXN is the business for the herbs, for the health, and for mushroom, for the herb, for for the health development and for the keeping, for the food supplement, and it's based in Malaysia. Based in Malaysia, do you know how many countries they have worldwide operation? It goes 186 plus. Can you imagine this? This is this company DXN, and it goes that this expanded. Of course, they have a concept here: one dragon, one word, one market, and one mind. This is their slogan. One dragon, it's continued because they start from the manufacturing, the farming, the manufacturing, the retailing, the packaging and the warehousing and the retailing and the distributing. They call it one dragon and one word. No matter where you are in this, among this 186 countries or even more, you are under one family. You are under one market, and you have the same products and one system. That's why they saw one mind. Okay, so this type of activity, it goes expanded, especially in pandemic. Before pandemic, 2019, it was 8.5 million registered distributors. In the year of 2022, now they have 12.7 million registered distributors worldwide. Of course, it is very important that they have one of the best quality in the world. They are the leader, one of the leaders for this herb, this gardenomias products, this mushroom, this healthy product. So now you can see that we have different industries. We have hypermarket, we have retail, we have gas and oil, we have also the automobiles, we have direct selling, we have health, we have all these. So global multinational enterprises, now you can realize that it goes each different industry, it goes successful. Even for the restaurant, you will go through it. And for the one bell, one roll, it goes the product, the heavy industrial product as well, projects. Okay, these are the examples for you understand global multinational enterprises. And this is also certain type of figures for you to understand. This is the latest one in 2022. This company, Apple, and also Saudi oil company, Aramco, Microsoft, Alpha, Amazon, Tesla, and also all these in different countries, in different industries, in different host country, different home countries, and they reach the revenues, and you can see how it goes. All right, this is for you for your references in the 2022 among the 100 largest companies in the world by market capitalization. Okay, now let's go to the trend. And the first trend now you understand the global multinational enterprises. We want to go through and in detail to analyze it, analyze the trend, the first trend. Macroeconomic environment factor. A new macroeconomic environment is forming. Global multinational enterprises trade across continents, across everywhere. Now, through our examples, you can realize what we are saying. This across all over the world, with many companies interdependent with others around the world. Through our examples, then you can realize what I am saying. Now, we want to understand what are the factors for this macroeconomic environmental factors. Let's talk about economic factors. Economic factors. And also we have demographic forces. Of course, you understand what is demographic. Like, it depends on what is the ages, what is the human being, what is the figures, what is the statistics, okay? And also for technological factors. When you can understand through our examples also, through this macroeconomic environment factors, especially technological. We have very successful is Amazon, also we have Alibaba, also we have others. We have Yon, we have all this through technological factors. Beside that, we are talking about natural and physical forces. And DXN, we are talking about natural physical forces. Yeah, we develop the products through, of course, it also goes technological aspect. But in around, yeah, we have also oil and gas industries, and we have others industries. And let's say also political and legal forces. Political and legal forces is a little bit critical. Why? Because you have to handle it carefully. Because each country has each host country. Let's talk about home country and host country. Each country has its own political issue, has its own legal issues. Okay, so it is required to handle it carefully. And the last, I want to talk about social and cultural forces. Typical cultural forces is like, for example, different religion. In the Islamic world, Islamic host country, you have to respect, you have to be aware of taboo. You have to follow the host country's cultural aspects. Otherwise, you will be fair. Typical example for this cultural forces, let's say McDonald's. We have two different types of social and cultural forces for McDonald's. First one, in Islamic countries, they are not allowed to sell anything related to beef. And versus, on the other hand, in India, the McDonald's of India, they are not allowed. No, sorry, I make a mistake. In India, it's not allowed for beef. But in Islamic countries, they are not allowed for the pork. So you can imagine this in the same global multinational enterprises, same McDonald's. If you sell the beef in Indian's McDonald's, nobody will enter it. Nobody will enter that McDonald's store. If you have one rumor in Islamic countries saying that certain McDonald's branch has pork in their burger, you don't know what will become. Nobody will enter, not just nobody will enter that McDonald's, also will raise a crisis. So this is a very important, a typical example for social and cultural forces. Very, very simple and very typical. Of course, there are a lot of taboos need to be very careful. So this is trend one. Yeah, we have to talk about the factors. And when we are talking about the global multinational enterprises, we have to understand what are the targets, what we are going to be, how we are going to have, and what kind of global multinational enterprises we are going to reach. So what kind of characteristics? According to what you just the examples, what I gave to you, you can realize it's very high assets and the turnover, the total revenue each year is very high. We just mentioned the Walmart in the year of 2021, we have 559 billion as turnover. So you can imagine this is a very, very high asset. And network of branches. We understand control is very important. And control what? Control between the branches, between the harmonies, between the management, between all these networks. Of course, is also related a lot of aspects. And how to have this network smoothly, harmony, this is, again, is under control categories, right? Okay. Important to have structures, highly structures. It's very important to have a good structure. We want to reach a good control, we should have well-built structure in order to reach good control, right? When we are talking about 130 countries, 50 countries, we have to have well-built structures for the unity of the command and the control. And important again for the technology. Very, very important to have sophisticated technology. Sometimes, I guess that maybe you heard about it, maybe you understand through the examples that certain company, if they don't have right technology, if they don't have right system, if they don't have right management in cloud, they will face failure. So it is very important to have sophisticated technology. And from very beginning, it is very important. Typical example, like banking, Citibank, and International Capital Bank, American Bank, when Morgan Bank, we are sending from one country to other country if they don't have well-built technology, if they don't have well-built cloud and database and systems, it will become mess. So this is global multinational enterprises, such they should have well-built, sophisticated technology. And right skills means what? Means the employees, means the system, means the management need to be trained. You cannot let your staff just go through it without training. You should teach them, you should educate them, you should train them to have the right skills to handle your platform, to handle your company, to control this global multiple national enterprises. And for sure, you should have good quality products. We say products include what? Products include tangible products, intangible services, and if we don't have good quality, what will be? It will become return. If I receive a product, let's talk about Amazon. Yeah, you receive the product from Amazon and you discover it's damaged. Oh, there is a problem for this product. What you will do? You will be very angry. Why? Because you already paid and you need it right now. So what will be happen? You will never ever use it again. So good quality is one of very important for the success. Okay. Of course, you should have marketing, you should have advertising for your global multinational enterprises. You should let it be aware through, doesn't matter, through the direct selling, through social media, through all type of marketing strategies, all type of advertising. It's very important. So this is the characteristics for global multinational enterprises. And I hope they are clear for you. They are very important, and I hope they are clear for you to understand. After the first trend, we go to the second trend among global multinational enterprises nowadays. We call it digital commerce. And why we need this? Because the global multinational enterprises are seeing a massive shift. Online payment, online banking, digital payment, Apple Pay, PayPal, with credit card, and all this for the transaction. If you don't have such digital commerce, you cannot go through easily and successfully and smoothly. Okay, now we understand digital commerce. We need to know through digital commerce, we have e-commerce. Inside of digital commerce, we have typical e-commerce. And e-commerce is the practice of selling things online. Besides that, digital commerce is a strategy that allows customers to buy the products and services online by providing them with an engaging, interactive experience. So which is bigger? Digital commerce, bigger than e-commerce. E-commerce is a part of digital commerce. I hope it's clear for you. And at the same time now, we want to talk about that digital commerce is an experience you are able to offer to your customers. Why? Because you are providing the ideas, providing end-to-end customers experience, and your target audience, where are they and what are you looking for, what they are looking for. So digital commerce is the important strategies for you to launch. Okay, important to have end-to-end customers. Besides that, for the digital commerce, what is a very important thing that you should have fast page loading time. The customers, online customer or digital commerce customer, they are in hurry. If they are not in hurry, they can go to the physical shop to buy it. They are in hurry. So you should have very fast pages. Just go through to answer their needs. Okay. And besides that, you should have high quality imagery to let the customers understand what you have, how they can approach, how they can engage, how they can enhance, and how they can launch and to have this purchasing. And of course, the engaging the website design, very important. We say we need to have a very fast page loading, and at the same time, you need to attract your target customer to engage with you, to engage when they enter your website, when they go through, don't let them go. Just go through it, catch them through your digital commerce strategy. Then they will have purchasing, they will have e-commerce. So this is the trend, the second trend in among the global multinational enterprises. The third trend is mergers and acquisition. The program M&A strategy is a kind of tool. And this is acquire competence to grow from one to another one, and they merge them together. So the merge combine two separate businesses into a single new legal entity. So they, through the merge from two company, and they merge become single one, new one. And acquisitions is when the company purchase most of or another company's shares to gain the control of the company. Mostly it's 50% above for the second company. When they purchase the second company, or when they through the shares to gain the control, the buyer of this will control the original, the old company. So this is acquisition. Let's see this example. This is a company A is an acquiring company, and the company B is also an acquiring company. Now, through this company A and company B, they merge it. They merge it together. So after in this case, company A would like to continue to use their company name. So in this case, the company A merge company B, and then after all, they retain the name of company A. So this is examples for the merger. Okay, and it is several type of mergers and several type of different type of agreements. Then they will reach different type of successful and new entity. Okay, so this is the example for the merger. Okay, for the fourth trend, we have remote work. And most, you see that to the end of 2019 and total year 2020, 2021, almost up to the first half of or first quarter of 2022, all these 2 years, 4 months, 5 months, most of the company in the world, they go through remote works. Why? Of course, because they need to keep their employees safe, because COVID-19, because pandemic. And in the year of 2020, if you still have if you notice at that time, it just goes like, you know, incredible, the numbers of the death. So every company, they transfers to become remote works. and especially global multinational enterprises. They cannot travel. They cannot go anywhere. So the only thing we can go through is remote works. And you remember, we talk about sophisticated technology. Now it goes. Like where we are now, we have technology. We have remote lecturing. We have all this through the remote works, and especially it comes during the pandemic. And important, this remote work, what will be? Now where we are, you and I, we have remote lecturing. Why? Because our mindset changed. Because we are looking for this experience. We need it wherever you are. Okay. So what's that mean? Means when it goes to the company, when it goes to the global multinational enterprises, most of the companies also, they are determined to have the remote works even after the pandemic. Okay, so because their mindset changed, because, and you will see certain type of statistics to tell you why they need to have changed the mindset, and they prefer to keep it, this role as a role works. Let's go through it. Okay, there's a survey by all labs, and this is the statistics figures comes. Now, remote employees save an average of 40 minutes daily from the community. We have to go by bus, we have to come back by car, we have to move, we have to go. Remote employees save this. They don't need to move from their home. They stay where they are. And since year of 2020, people, they start meeting by video call, like where we are now, and also 50% more and more. Of course, it was the 2022 because it was COVID-19 at that time. And during also COVID-19, most of 70% full-time workers are working from their home. Yeah, and after COVID-19, 92% of people surveyed expect to work from home at least once a week, 1 day per week, or 80% they expect at least 3 days from home per week. So this is a mindset change from this through this remote work. And there are some other figures to go through. 23% of the surveyed people would take 10% pay cut to work from their home. The company, they can, for this 10% cut. And some company, they pay for it because they use the home equipment. They use the home here. Here there is 20 to 25%, the company paying for this cost. The home offices, electricity, equipment, and furniture. And here that people are saving on average close to $500 per month being at home. So in this, during the COVID-19, so the average goes per year, approximately the average you can save $600 US. So this is just the figures. This is the statistics for you to understand why the remote works go through it. There is another thing. 81% of this survey believe their employer will continue to support remote work even after pandemic, after COVID-19. And 59% of this survey response say that there will be more like to choose an employer who offer remote work compared to those they didn't. What's that mean? Means the mindset change. Means the people they used to and they prefer for the remote work. So this is the third trend among global multinational enterprises. Okay, it goes this trend in the global multinational enterprises. So if you run a global multinational enterprises around the host countries, home country, are you ready to go through it? Are you ready to change your mindset? Are you ready to cope with it? Of course you should. Of course you should, right? So this is the third trend of remote work. This is a trend for the environmental, social, and government issue for this pandemic, after pandemic. And this environmental, social, government, it's a line accountable item, can lift what is already contribute to our stakeholders. Environmental, social, government, it is a new topic for the global multinational enterprises. And it's a challenge for this ESG, we call it environmental, social, government in around. So it is very important to deliver or to figure out, to establish this ESG in your global multinational enterprises. Notice that there are host countries, I mentioned it, the legalization, their policies, some of the countries, they refuse you to enter their country. Why? Because your industry, your manufacturing may bring their environmental pollution. So they refuse you. No matter how big turnover revenue you are going to bring to them, sorry, they refuse you. So this is very important to be considered and to be figured out and to organize to have the right environmental features. It's very important. Of course, social and governance. This is a very important figure trends to go through it. And regardless, home country, host countries, and it is very important to let the owners, the regulators, to pay attention, not to ignore this ESG. It is very important to realize, to plan before you do any investment, before you go any host countries. Remember, there is green transactions nowadays. It is important to be mentioned. It is important to like to go to the host country. Okay, this is very important for this ESG. Okay. After the trends we will discuss, I would like to give you a typical case for you to understand more and to understand in details. And I would like to mention about China. Of course, we mentioned one belt, one road. This is China as a host country and 146 countries as, no, China as a home country and 146 countries who signed and agree with the China, they are host countries. Now, in here, we want to talk about the home countries came to China as the host country. Okay, so this is a virtual, this is a mutual. Okay, So how many international corporations operate in China? Of course, a huge number. So in this case, China is as host country. And wherever you are, like Walmart, American is home country. Like Toyota is home country where? In Japan. So in this case, that we talk about that when the Western or Eastern countries, they can to operate their global multinational enterprises in China. And why they came to China? Of course, there's a reason. China is one of the world's fastest growing economic. Of course, this nowadays is a little bit tight because of pandemic, because of COVID. But let's say it's not going to be forever. So the policies change. So in China, they have almost 20% of the world's population. Typical example, Walmart. Typical example. Now we will go through other examples. So China is one of the world's most hybrid investment location. What's this mean? Mean China is the most welcome host country among global multinational enterprises, no matter where you come from. Okay, no matter where is your home country. Okay. Increasing numbers of large multinational enterprises. It has presence in the country and in China we were talking about. But ongoing, there is United States and China, they have trade war recently, last few years. And this trend is likely to continue, but it will go through it. It will go harmony, because as we say, China has 20% of the world population. And it is emerging market. China has a promising opportunity for many companies and many investors. We go through some examples. Here, restaurants, KFC, McDonald's, Starbucks. These are three typical restaurants among the world. They have expanded rapidly in China. Restaurant, industry of restaurant. So where they came from? They came from American. And this is home country is American. Although they have a war, no, we will not sacrifice these global multinational enterprises. Okay, so China as a host country, and you know how many provinces in China? They have 35 provinces, and each province it's huge population. Okay, telecommunication, AT&T, and automobile industry, GE, and medical supply also, GE, has been in China more than 20, 30 years. Okay, and once again, we talk about Walmart, and another company similar to Walmart is Target. They are large retailers. Of course, this is, of course, also they have Carrefour there in China, a different home country, and distribute to the host country, China, in a big portion. Example of large Chinese multinational enterprises. The home country is China. which is Lenovo, Hawaii. It's well known, and everywhere has their own branches. And even one of Samsung is in Korea, and from Korea they expand to any other country, host country. And here, NEO also have a big battery station everywhere, and it's almost like quarter is about 1,000 battery stations around the world, or 4,000 is quarter, so it's totally is like 16,000 amount for this battery swapping station. So this is the typical example for you to understand. Here we have another Pizza Hut. Also, we have Taco Bell. Also, they are expanded in China. And we say, now you understand very well, I'm sure, that how it goes, how the cooperation from the home countries to expand it to the host countries. And I'm sure it is very clear for you to understand. And also there's another type is Pizza Hut franchises. It's a franchises for global multinational enterprises type of franchises. We say joint venture, we say strategic agreement, and also franchises is also one of them. Okay, so Pizza Hut everywhere. Here, we can just give you some figures. In the year of 2020, McDonald's has launched more than 3,700 locations in China. We say population of China is almost 20% among the world. So in this case, that 3,700 is a small number. So let's see how the others business they can go through, how others they can go around, right? Starbucks. You know, I want to tell you, Chinese people, they don't drink coffee at the beginning of their life. We don't have coffee. In Chinese people, they don't have coffee. They drink tea without sugar. They drink green tea, they drink oolong tea, they drink all type of tea without sugar. Of course, the black tea, and then they add the sugar. But how the Starbucks be very successful? Now, the coffee, every Chinese, at least as the figures, every day, at least they have 2 to 3 cups of coffee. Can you imagine this global multinational enterprises, the power of Starbucks? They mesh Chinese, they change totally drinking habits. And I still remember one Chinese friend in the morning. She said, oh, no, I have to find where is the Starbucks. I have my neighbor, you know, community convenience Starbucks. It considered like that. So Starbucks has launched very successfully as a global multinational business in China. You know, they reach almost 5,000 stores in 200 cities in mainland China. This is a huge change. Huh? This is completely changed the habits of Chinese for their drinking habits. Of course, there are still some people they are drinking the tea, but the coffee is become a must. But this is a very important pictures for you to understand about the the power of global multinational enterprises for the habits change, for social cultural factors, and also for the power of these factors in people's how they go through and how they have the consumer behaviors also, and their mindset and their the details in their daily changing, daily communication, daily consuming, and daily use. Once again, we talk about global multinational enterprises. Now, up to now, I am sure you understand very well. You realize that how powerful these global multinational enterprises, powerful to go through this around the world and around this. So these trends we are discussed, and also we also talk about this, like for example technology. We talk about the revenue. We talk about the company, how they establish, and we talk about how it goes in everywhere. And today I just give you a typical example for the China, and for American, and for French, of course, Latin American, of course, in Australia, in Europe, in all this is under global multinational enterprises growth, and their target, their goal is to have the rapid growth for their company. And be careful, not every multinational company can be successful. Why? We talk about it. We know why. We understand that how it goes, and how the owners, or how the home countries need to have all take care of all aspects. I mean, be careful before you launch to have very important issues, very important plans, very important established for all the successful. So that's the today. I hope that you understand very well about what I'm saying, and I hope that if you have any questions regarding the trains, regarding the new trains for this, or if you want to suggest some of trains, what you think about it, you can suggest, and also you can raise up, and we can discuss together in this global multinational enterprises. And once again, any company, if you learn from this lecture, and I hope you will be very professional to how to plan, how to suggest, and how to go through for all the aspects. And yes, here you are. You can raise any questions if you are. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lin Huang. It was a lovely and interesting topic, and we have many questions actually.
Okay.
So I have noted down all the questions. So if you wanted them, so I can read it out, or if you want some time,
is this in the chat?
I can share this chat with you. All the questions
okay.
are noted.
Okay, can
If
you
want
just
them? No.
Yeah, please.
And some of the questions are in the Q&A box also. You can also take.
Can I see what is the chart? There are two. There are 53 message in the chat box, and there are 8 questions.
No, some of the messages are from mine.
Okay. So yes, okay, please go ahead. Yes, yeah.
So
can you just open it? should I stop the sharing and then you are sharing from your side?
Yeah,
Oh,
you can do that.
I can open it.
Wait, let me just see if it can be shared. Or I can speak the question. I can tell the question if you want.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So there are many questions. So the first question is, what are the major factors that informs GMNS decision to invest in a host country during a post-pandemic era?
Can you repeat the question?
The major factors that informs a GMN to invest in a host country during post-pandemic era.
Okay, I will reply now. Okay, now in this question, you have to figure out it's the after the post-pandemic, and we talk about the trend. Now we talk about the remote works. This is very important. You have to figure out, are you ready for that? This is number one. If you are not ready, so you don't need to plan it. But I believe after this explanation to you, you have to go through this arrangement. Besides that, the technology is, you have to be very important, very careful. A lot of solutions, a lot of cloud programs, a lot of, it is not necessary, it is important to have to understand the host country, what are their beneficial. For example, okay, some countries, they don't allow certain type of platform to enter. You have to be careful for this. This is regarding to the technology, all right? And also, I suggest you should have nowadays, and the people, I mean the consumer behavior change already. Like we already changed not just physical purchasing, we should have digital purchasing, digital commerce. It is very important to go through this your business. And be careful. I suggest that you need to focus in your industry. Okay. For example, if you have very special industry, unique, your industry is very unique, you have to study carefully about the host countries. Are they welcome you? Are they ready to support you from their government? Okay. If they are willing to support you, we talk about ESG, environment, social, and governance. If they are ready to support you, if they are welcome you, just open their arm and then welcome you, you just go ahead. Okay. But very, very important, you have to sign in proper way. You have to let the government, if the scale of your business is huge, you have to involve the countries, I mean the government. Okay, and even if it is the middle size or small medium size, you have to go through legalization. Pay very high attention for the legalizations, because we don't want to have any missing handlings. Okay, and for example, for after this pandemic, some countries, they change their mind, and especially they start to be very careful. So whatever, not just because you want to invest in their country, no, you have to go through all factors, through all details, step by step, and then you can be very successful. But one thing important, I need to mention again, the skilled people. Are you willing to hire the skilled people locally in the host country? They have ready enough skilled people to handle your business? This is in host country I'm talking about. Okay, so this is another factor is very important. Usually, at the beginning, I would suggest you to send from your home country for the key managers, key management, and then to go through it. I don't know if my answer is enough for you to understand.
No, that's a good.
Yeah.
Then I understood.
Yeah,
So you
thank
can
you.
also access the question answer from the Q&A box. There are a huge number of questions are coming.
Okay, so what is how the MNE dealing with or should deal with rising inflation in many countries? Yes, thank you. This is a very good question. Very, very good question. You know, the inflation in every country, especially after the pandemic, yeah, it's, for example, if your company plan and have the project or already planned before pandemic, you have to restudy, you have to reconsider that this ratio of inflation and how the economic of the countries. It is very important. And in inflation cannot, it's not controlled by the private or individual. It is the government factors, government's range. So you have to go through it in this way. Of course, when it raises your cost of your product and the cost of your operating expenses budget, you have to adjust. You have to adjust it accordingly. Otherwise, you will not reach what the target you want. And it is very important. Of course, you need this expertise in financial, in economic to go through it. And for the international economic expertise. Regional wise, for the country wise, regional, it's not just study for each individual country. You should study each regional economic before you enter, especially related to inflations, especially appreciation, depreciation for their currencies, not just inflations. And it is very important to go through it. And I hope that I answered that question. Okay, next. Despite poverty and insecurity in Africa, there are a number of multinational enterprises in nooks and corners of the continent. What is this motivation? I would like to tell you about this, especially in Africa. You know, One Belt, One Road, 146 countries signed with China. Mainly that they came from the Africa. Many of them, most of them, they signed with China for this One Belt and One Road. So they try to prepare some public infrastructure. They try to go through to prevent the poverty. And they are very successful. They are very successful because they give bank facilities, financial support, and also they'll provide know-how for this needed country. So if you are talking about specific in Africa, I believe China One Belt, One Road has launched very successfully. Okay, so I hope that I answer your questions. Yeah, and there's another question is, I am a digital business startup operating in Nigeria at home country and has been strategic to expand to other Africans. What advice can you offer to expand the company to global multinational enterprises environment? Beautiful question. You know why? Because Nigeria has booming economic these few years. Nigeria was what what the economic has booming their economic situation. So now Nigeria's economic status is stronger. Now, when you want to expand to other African countries, of course, you understand their culture. Very important. Although they are African, but they have different culture, different religion, different things. You have to understand. And very important things, their commercial behavior. What's that mean? You know that some of African countries are well known in different type of commercial behaviors. So you as a company in Nigeria means you run your business successfully as a startup. Either you need to study very well where you want to go to host country. You need to study very, very, very well. Otherwise, don't be hurried. Don't be hurried until you have the strong position. Then you go. Okay, because Nigeria's economic situation raised up recently, these years, was not easy. And unless your business is unique, unless your business is has very well of their environment, of their social and their culture and their regulation. Anyhow, you can do it. You can make it for sure. Okay. And the other question is, in my explanation of merge those, it means that acquired companies, they retain some shares. Yes, it depends. No, it depends. Like global, we have company A and company B. Okay, it depends what they agree. If company A, they want to, after they merge, they use the company A's company. Either way, they took over all they have remaining small portion, but they agree that to use the company A's name. That means that company A, the new entity is owned by company A big portion. Okay, and acquisition is that they take over, but the merge, yeah, they keep some portion, some shares. So that's the questions that I am answering you. Argha, that I think the question is jumping. I don't know which one. How can I? Okay, how can I?
There are too many questions. There are many questions coming up.
Oh, okay.
So one of the questions that has already been there, but it was actually answered. So it's like the learner. He is asking. He want to know the global strategies of multinational enterprise to deal with the problem caused by COVID.
Where's your question? I didn't hear you.
It is in the answered section.
Answer? Okay.
Second one.
Second one, attendance. No. Can you read the question?
I am Izai from Rwanda. Thank you so much, Dr. Lin, for this presentation. I would like to know the global strategies of multinational enterprise to deal with the problem caused by COVID-19.
Let me see.
Can you see it? I hope you can see it.
No, just 1 minute. In the down?
Yeah, you have to scroll down with it.
The last one, right? My question goes to the host. How do we register? No,
not that one. The third one. Scroll up, you will get the third question.
Just 1 minute. Okay. It's finished. And this property is finished also.
See, can you see it? I am SI from Rwanda. The third
Oh,
question.
okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Lillian, for this good presentation. I would like to know the global strategies of multinational enterprise to deal with the problems caused by COVID-19. Okay. Now we understand you. I'm sure, Aisha. I understand. I'm sure after the presentation, you understand what are the multinational enterprises. Now you're talking about the global strategies. Now you came from Rwanda. Now you have to know which host country you are going. I cannot give you a certain type of strategy and then just go to one for all. No, you need to go through the host countries, and as we say, the global strategies, it goes the trends. You have to understand that, for example, what are your targets? What is your target? What is your goal? If your goal is in the first year or in the very short time, you want to expand it, like how many branches you are, and how is the, you know that there's a turnover and there is the numbers of branches. Okay, I don't know what is your business, but in this case, you have to understand. Now, COVID, it shouldn't be a problem already. Finish the pandemic going, most of the countries, it's released from the pandemic, from the COVID. So don't consider if you are planning to go to the host country, don't consider that there is a problem by COVID-19. I don't want you to consider like this. You just go through it, the country. For example, some countries, the economic is, just drop down. What can I do for that? This is number one. Am I ready for invest enough? And the people, they don't pay you. What are you going to do? When the economic situation drop down, many of people or many of the buyer or many of the small and business, the wholesaler, they have a lot of return check. Are you ready for that? Okay, this is nothing to do with the pandemic. This is the problem of exist in the country, in the host countries. Okay, I don't want you to think is COVID. No, forget it. No, it's no need anymore. You concentrate. What do you want? And concentrate. What is your target? Okay, and core and poor. You have to measure it. You have to measure it. Are you ready to overcome it? And are you ready to go through it? And easily, I want you to have a banking facilities. Even you don't need it, but you have to be secure by your home country's banking and the host country's banking system. You have to secure of that, okay? Because at least if something happens, that you are protected by your home country banking in charge. Now, this is the banking and technology. Don't forget, it's very important. And also the ESG. Don't forget, especially after pandemic, people, they care so much about ESG. They care so much. Okay, so you cannot just bring any kind of business to the host country. So that's and again, the skilled people. Don't forget the skilled people. Are they ready to, are they enough for your company? So all these things you have to put in your strategy to go through it before you expand it. I hope I answer your questions. There's a question is interesting. I would like to answer. Are there subcategories for control and how control can be carried out? Yes, I mentioned many times of control. And also I believe it's part of global strategies, right? Control, we go several type of categories. Very important is financial control. If you don't know, if you don't have strong power to control financial, it is, you don't need to go there. You don't need to go anywhere. You stay where you are. So this is very important. Money talk, okay? The money in your bucket is your money. When the money go to others' bucket and you don't know how to control it, that's a big issue, okay? This is number one. The second, management. Management go to administrative management and, you know, labor's management, or, you know, the daily base workers management. So you should have the right rank. You should have the hierarchies management. You should have the top manager and then go through, and then you should have this hierarchy management and horizontal management. You should have, and you should know what are you doing. If you don't know what are you providing in the host country, means what? Means the people in the host country will swallow you. They will eat you. Okay, so you have to be ready for this. I give you example in garment factories, the garment. Okay, in the country, they signed the FDA free trade, FTA, free trade with American, and the government, they enjoy data quota free, and they enjoy the quota free and tax free. So the country is welcome as a host country. It's a very good country to produce, to have the garment factories. But unfortunately, the home country, I mean the original company, they are not ready to go to the host country to provide the management. So what happened at the end? The laborers or the workers or employees they raise a protest for the mother company. So this is very important, not just only in the aspect of attractive issues. No, management is very important. Okay, and be careful. Know-how. When you have know-how in your home country, don't be easy to give out. Don't be easy to give out if you have specific know-how for your industry. What's that mean? Means you should have your own stuff. You should have trained your own staff. You should sign the agreement, the contract with your own staff for the know-how. Okay, it's very important. Otherwise, they can just clapping you in easy way when you go to the host country. Okay, we is general speaking. I'm not talking about certain country. I'm general speaking. And besides that, banking system is very important. Once again, I just mentioned a few minutes ago, you should have your strong home country banking. You should have convert or harmony with the relation with the host countries. Okay, so banking is very important. And lawyer, legalization. I mean, this is very important, especially if you produce certain products, if you provide certain patents, if don't forget the law, the legalization, the legal issue are your weapons. Okay, so this is a few categories and you have to control. Of course, when you are providing the salary to your staff, you are the boss. What's that mean? Means that you need to have a system to let your staff from host countries and to listen from you, even you are in your home country. So this is the human resources management, also very important. Okay, and warehousing, logistic, all these are subcategories of control. I hope that I answer your questions. Yes, I don't know if it is there are more questions.
There are questions. I can read them out to you if you want.
Okay, which in where?
If you click on the open area, see beside
Okay,
answer.
okay.
So if you scroll down, you will get some questions there.
Okay, so
there are many questions. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, let's see the first. Let's go through one by one. Yeah. A question on the categories characteristics of GMES. Can you please explain in details of the very high assets and turnover? Okay. If you bring your home country, if you establish your your company from your home country to the host country, can you imagine before you produce any turnover, before you have any income, do you know how much you need to pay for it? You need to have infrastructure. You need to have at least triple products, raw materials. You need to have pay the regulation for the setting up for the company. You need to have sometimes you need to have the land. You need to have the factories. You need to have also the electricity, also the regulation fee, also all this before you produce, before you have your revenues, before you have your turnover, before you receive any single penny, you already spend a lot. Don't you think you need to produce or to prepare yourself to reach the high turnover, to have the high income, or to cover at least 3 years? Let's talk about. Nobody can go to the host country in the first year, then they can become, they can receive the positive profit. No, you consider that 3 years, 4 years like that. And then, or even 5 years, somehow, some way. So in this case, if you don't have high turnover, if you don't have received through your investment or your global multinational enterprises, do you need to go there? No, I suggest you to keep all these expenses, to keep where you have. I hope that I explained to you this question. Okay, so it is very important to figure out the business you are going to expand in the host countries is ready and is willing and is prepared to have high turnover, to have high income for your mother country, mother company. Okay, next. Okay, the inflation is we finished. And next, does home country invest in China require 40% of goods to be imported as they do? Where is it? Where will it go? Do in Southeast Africa. Okay, 40% goods as a material. 40 is the prepared, is safety volumes, safety quantity. For example, if you invest in China or in anywhere, and you start to make advertising, you start to do the marketing, and you did very successful for your marketing, and you don't have product to answer your audience or your customer need, means what? Means you better not to stop. I hope that this simple answer your question. You have to have safety volume, safety quantity for your product or for the material or for the for your expecting marketing, expecting customer to answer them, to sell them, and to hand it to them immediately. Otherwise, you don't need to start. Yeah, and consider a scenario that I go to China as a Starbucks. Okay, I make very good advertising. And then you pop into the Starbucks and you say, sorry, we finish our coffee. And every day you go for there, you finish your coffee. What for? You don't need to start. So you have to have a minimal safety quantity, 40%. It depends your own evaluation, your own analysis. Sometimes 40%, sometimes 60%, sometimes 20%. It depends how you can merge them, how you can move around fast, how fast you can logistic you can do it. It depends. So it should have the safety value, okay, regardless quality, quantity, products, semi-products, raw material you should have, okay. And next question. Okay, wait. Do you think that multinational companies have become very powerful to the point that they have become more powerful than countries? Are they still relevant in a globalized world? Yes. You can see the figures that I gave it to you, and that's the trend, okay, for the global multinational business. But if you are not ready, don't go. You have to be strong enough before you step to the host country. If you are not ready to be strong enough, don't move, don't go. But this is the global multinational enterprises. Sometimes, for example, the Walmart, it's already crossed the borders, right? This is more than the countries. Yeah. So I believe this is important figures. And what is the next? What is it? How can I measure the impact of global national enterprise development program in emerging economic country? Yeah, you should. This emerging economic country need to be very careful, very careful before you step in. Okay, especially this after pandemic, because the economic dropped down. So you have to be very careful. And I believe through your knowledge and through the analysis what I was mentioned, I believe that you can start to plan for it. I'm sure you can do it. Okay. Now, next, what is the disadvantage of remote working? I believe, I don't know if you are you ask me, I don't know if you are remote workers or you are not, but I believe this is a very simple questions. For example, for example, like us, we are remote lecturers, okay? I don't know where you are, if you are India, and then you need to fly to my class physically, and I believe that it costs a lot of money and it costs a lot of time. And then, so I don't know, are you remote workers or you are not? Okay, so I hope that my answers are okay. Do we have doctors' contact details? I don't know. I don't know. It's perhaps the school they will provide to you. It's fine. Yeah. Thank you, doctor, for this presentation. So I want to find out how can a company manage its operation if the host country's fractures on its currency. You see that? This is important. please, 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 especially related to the currency. You have to understand what kind of currency policy. Very important. You know, sometimes the global multinational enterprises, they fail because of the currency. But sometimes the global multinational enterprise, they win or they get a lot of income because of currency. So you need to be very careful. It is not absolute, but it depends. For example, sometimes you have materials. You exchange material to the materials. So you avoid the currency. For example, this is a big target, big lesson. I mean, the currency wise. But you have to, I said to you, some company, they gain a lot of income because they know how to handle the currency. And some company, they lost a lot because they don't know how to handle the currency. So it's not absolute, okay? You have to be very careful and handling and learn a lot. And through talking to the banking, talking to the people, and analyze it by yourself in very important topic, okay? It's very important. And then, well, where is the okay, how do I become a participant in global management, global multinational enterprises? I don't know. Are you the entrepreneurs, or are you just a startup, or are you already? I don't know what is your role. So it is very important. You can be participant, for example, but you have to be very careful. I believe now you have better knowledge after these lectures. I'm sure after this presentation, I'm sure you can be, and you will be very successful for sure. Okay. Now, US and China are still competing economically, with the MNC largely contributing. What should drive these economics to stay on top for the next few years? This is a very critical question, and it's a very good question, yeah. But nowadays, the political issues raise up, especially. You see, if you listen the news every day, there's a China, there's a Taiwan, there's American, and then you see this trend. So it is very important to watch out or to be aware from what's going on of these political developments. Okay, economic war, political war. Okay, they are parallel. Sometimes they are conflicts to each other. So you need to study, or you need to pay very high attention what's going on for the political issues nowadays, especially nowadays, very critical nowadays. Okay, and I hope nothing will be happen for the war. I hope, because we don't need a war. We don't need a war. Nobody needs a war. And go through economic in smooth and in peaceful way. And don't worry, American and China, they will not be enemy forever. No, they are not. They are not going to be enemy, and they are going to be the partners as before, as now and later. So regardless what is the aspect, okay, they will find the right solution for it. I don't think there will be a big issues. You know, on the table, yeah, there is some kind of, you know, fighting and this, but the people, the population, and the industries, I mean the corporation, they need each other, right? Okay, what are the risks that a company needs to be aware of when such a company wants to trade on global multinational enterprises? I think that we were talking about the control. The control, what the subcategories I was mentioned for the control, if they are kind of the risk for you to consider, okay? And let's go through it. I hope it's clear, because I don't want to repeat again. But that's the things that you need to be very careful of this risk. And one more thing I want to add it is like be careful for the satisfaction of your employee. Very important, huh? Very important. Human resources management is very important to be under your control. Very, very, very important. Be careful. They may flap your word totally. They will mash your word totally. So be careful how, when you are in the host country, satisfy your employees and management and the government and everything. So avoid any in-smooth conflicts. Okay. Hello, Dr. Lin Huang. Many thanks for the wonderful presentation. My name is Musa Sise. Can you please elaborate more on the result of globalization and strategic agreements? Okay. We mentioned about the result of globalizations. Let's go through this slide, if you don't mind. Just 1 minute. Here, let's see. Okay, now you see your question is, you want to know the result of globalization on strategic agreement. Okay, if you remember in the last slide, I was talking about Pizza Hut franchises. This is a strategic agreement. Okay, and certain type of strategic agreement, it depends the host country or host company and the home company, how they agree. If you are small and medium size and to go to increase, expand it, then you have your own system. Now, for example, host company and the home company, each of them, they will insist what they have. They will insist what they have. But if you need them to go to the host country, then you need to lower your position, lower your requirement a little bit to match where you really want to go. Okay? But if you know that host country needs you and they beg you to come, in this case, your terms can be higher a little bit. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Like, for example, the strategic agreement has no absolute. It depends 2 parties, 3 parties, and every parties, what do they need? What do they want? The want and supply. Okay. What I can provide to you, are you ready to come? If you don't care them, you will not accept it. Okay. But if they want you to come, if they need you to come, they will provide you 50 years exemption, they will provide you free land, they provide you everything if they really need you to come. But if you want to go, that's another story. So this strategic agreement, there is no absolute terms. There is no absolute regulation. It depends. And you need to be smart enough if you are if you have the home company and you want to expand to a host country. You need to be very smart enough to select the country where will be your benefit. Okay, so it is very important to choose the right host country. Okay, very important to have the right host country to avoid any kind of risk, to avoid any kind of conflicts, and to reach the smooth and harmony development. Okay, thank you. And yeah, good. You understand, Musa. And I wish that you all the best. Yes. Yes. I don't know. I think we answered them all.
Yes, Dr. Lilin.
Yeah.
So thank you everyone for being here. So before we end, I would like to give you an overview on UniAthena. So Dr. Lilin, if you, I want to share the screen. So if you
Oh, yeah, I will
can,
stop. Yeah, just 1 minute.
yes. And that's a lovely presentation from my end. Just
Thank you so much. Yeah.
it's a very good webinar. Everyone asked so many questions. I also got to learn so many things. So thank you for giving us this session. We would love to have you once again. So thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you very much. My pleasure.
Yes. So let me just share the screen from my end. I will like to give some overview on UniAthena. So UniAthena is an online edtech platform of Westford Education Group. Uh, it's established on 2019, and we at UniAthena they offer free courses, uh, academic courses like MBA, EMBA, doctorates, and learner can able to learn on their own speed, on flexible manner, and at any time. So at UniAthena, there are partnership with 10 universities, and which gives the learner a little bit trustworthiness. They can rely on us. So the partners that we are mostly collaborated with are UCAM, Aberta University, Guglielmo Marconi University, SQA, Acacia University, Carolina University, Gurney American University, Chartered Management Institute, Cambridge International Qualification. So CMI and CIQ, these two are mostly for certificate courses. So we are partners with this universities. This from here the learner able to get the master's courses, doctorates, and many other courses that are uh, designed for the learners. So mostly we offer academics and short courses. The short courses are free. So the academic courses are masters. We offer masters in supply chain management. We offer masters in uh, international management, international business management. We have MBA. We have doctorates. We have diploma courses. We have certificate courses. Everything is available at UniAthena platform. So why UniAthena? What is the reason behind selecting UniAthena? First of all, it's the payment. The learner can pay at their own progress. It's not a rush. Uh, the connection with personal tutors. So there are personal tutors. They are always there to support them, and they are always there to give them guidance at any time. The 100% online platform. There are video lectures. There are reading materials. There are journal papers. They have also provided virtual library like a conventional college. So they have also that. They can also read live books, journal papers. Good partners. What MBA is all about is basically getting a degree from a good university. So at UniAthena, they have good partners. And the duration. The learner can learn these courses at their own pace. They don't have to rush, or they don't have to be bothered that they have to complete by this timeline. It is not like that. So they can learn at their own pace. So learning with UniAthena, what it is designed for every learner. First is 100% online. There is nothing. They don't have to come. They don't have to come to the university just to check with the college and the books and anything. Nothing like that. And the bite-size delivery. So it's a precise courses. Every video lectures are there. So see video lectures. We also provide video lectures. These video lectures, the information that are provided in the video lectures are mostly theoretical. They are coming from the essential reading. That is the theoretical aspect of the video lectures. These video lectures are taken from various sources, so that sources are also been mentioned in the additional reading, and the learner can also download these documents and keep it in their archive as reference material. So if they want to do anything, they can also get an access for this reference material. They can also get an idea, take the idea from this reference material, and they can move forward with the module. So we deliver this kind of facilities to all the learners. So do check us out at UniAthena.com. If you search on Google or any search engine, do check us out at UniAthena.com, and you can contact us at United Kingdom. You can contact us on Middle East, and we have also an office in India. You can contact us. You can also contact us for admission. You can mail us at admissions@uniathena.com, and also you can contact Fatima at uniathena.com. They will help you out if is there any query. So thank you everyone for joining this session, and thank you Dr. Lin Huang. It's a lovely and wonderful session.
Thank you very
Once
much.
again, thanks a lot. It's a wonderful session. It's a lovely session, taking us so much knowledge from you. Once again, let me remind you, I would like to take your attention to the courses based on the webinar that we had just taken: Diploma in Public Enterprise and Basics of Public Enterprise, based on which you will get knowledge on global economy and international trade. Do check us out at uniathena.com. Links are provided. After this webinar, you will receive a certificate of participation via registered email. You can revisit this session at UniAthena YouTube page. Thank you once again. We will see you next time very soon. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.